How Lamborghini went from making tractors to supercars. How a newcomer to the manufacturing industry went from producing tractors to producing some of the most renowned Italian supercars. By Kaelin and Achillese, September 27, 2022. Technology. Ferruccio Lamborghini. Between a Lamborghini Hurricane left and a Lamborghini tractor. When you hear the name Lamborghini, the image of a sleek Italian supercar immediately comes to mind. Both Lamborghini and Ferrari have defined the image of the Italian supercar throughout the 20th and the 21st century, going back as far as even before the Second World War. Although iconic, many don't know that the rivalry between the two titans of Italian supercars came about due to a feud between their two founders. This feud would lead the Lamborghini company to switch from building tractors, something they became renowned for in post-war Italy, to building supercars instead in 1963. A farm boy. Ferruccio Lamborghini was born on April 28, 1916 in the small town of Rinazzo di Cento, in the north of Italy. Ferruccio was born to a family of grape farmers, leading to him growing up closely with much farm equipment. Of all of the farm equipment he would use as he grew up, Ferruccio became fascinated with tractors, something which led to him creating Lamborghini Trattori in 1948. Italy experienced an economic boom after the Second World War. The economy was stimulated by the need to rebuild the war-ravaged country. As the whole country was focused on war production for most of the 1930s and 1940s, there was a distinct lack of farming equipment across most of Italy. Ferruccio took advantage of this growing demand with the creation of his tractor-making company in 1948, where they would use spare parts created during the war to create their first tractors to fill the ever-growing demand for farm equipment. Lamborghini tractors. Source: Wikipedia Commons. This company would make the once poor farmhand richer than he could have ever expected, allowing him to diversify his business ventures, such as through the creation of Lamborghini Bruciatori, an oil burner factory he created in 1959, which would go on to create air conditioning units. These riches also allowed him to buy perhaps one of the biggest statement pieces an Italian businessman could buy at the time, a Ferrari. Enzo Ferrari's mistake. Ferruccio would go on to buy a Ferrari as his wealth grew, but he found one big problem with the supercars: they had a very bad clutch. Ferruccio went out of his way to report this fault, going as far as talking to the founder of the company, Enzo Ferrari. The tractor tycoon argued that his tractor clutches were much better than the ones in Enzo's cars, a claim that Enzo swept aside, thinking that the peasant had no know-how on how supercars work. Ferrari 250G, the same model that Ferrari Ferruccio brought and criticized. Source: Wikipedia Commons. Angered by Enzo's ignorance, Ferruccio decided that if you wanted something done, you should do it yourself. He modified his Ferrari 250G, changing out the clutch, which fixed most of the car's faults. During this process, he realized that he could easily compete with Ferrari by using his tractor components in the supercar format, leading to him potentially making triple the profits Ferrari was making. Out of this feud came the renaissance of Automobili Lamborghini SPA. In 1963, a firm created to directly compete against Ferrari's monopoly on Italian supercars. Lamborghini became famous for inventing the architecture of supercars by using a rear mid-engine, rear-wheel drive layout first seen in their Lamborghini Mira, released in 1966. Ever since, both firms have been fighting for dominance over the Italian supercar market. An argument gone wrong. This moment in history is a shining example of a what-if scenario. Would Ferrari meet no resistance if it wasn't for Enzo's incompetence and overconfidence in that one discussion in the 50s? A 1974 Lancia Stratos. Lancia was once at the forefront of car manufacturing in Italy. They have now been sidelined by more dominant brands such as Ferrari and Lamborghini. Source: Wikipedia Commons. It is impossible to predict what would have happened if Lamborghini remained known solely in the tractor business, as with every other significant event in history. We can only speculate about the potential outcomes of such events, but we can say for certain that Ferrari would have been much more successful without the competition.